Diana has caught on yet. Seriously, though, don't you think it's time we just came out and told her about us?
Did you maybe send this to the wrong person? This is Diana.
Oh, oops, my bad. Wrong person. Sorry about that. I meant to send it to someone else, honestly.
That's so transparent. You did that on purpose, didn't you? You pulled the same stunt last week.
Well, if you already figured that out, why don't you just back off on your own? Let's be real, you're not cut out to be a director's wife anyway.
That's really none of your business, Vanessa. We're not friends anymore, so just leave me alone.
Anymore? We were never friends. We just happened to grow up in the same neighborhood. You and I were never on the same level.
If that's how you feel, fine. I've never really cared about who's on what level.
Oh, please, don't lie. You totally care. When you got into med school, you looked down on all of us, didn't you?
What? I never did that.
Oh, you absolutely did. The second you got into med school, you cut off everyone back home. Everyone talked about it, you know. They all said you were the worst.
I didn't cut off anyone. School was incredibly demanding. I barely had time to sleep, let alone socialize. Between rotations, exams, and clinical hours, I was barely surviving.
Sure. You just didn't want to hang out with us regular people, right? But honestly, I never had any reason to be jealous of someone like you. Born poor, no connections. Everyone back home knew you were a stuck-up snob. Did you really not notice?
That's not true at all. I kept in touch with people from back home all through school. We had a group chat and everything. I went to reunions whenever I could.
Oh, please, spare me the act. You had 0 friends. Meanwhile, I graduated from a top university, worked my way up, and landed a position at a prestigious firm. And you went to med school and ended up unemployed.
Unemployed? What are you even talking about?
Don't play dumb. I know everything already. You really think I'd be jealous of someone like that? Don't flatter yourself.
I'm not flattering myself. I wasn't even talking about jealousy. You're the one who sent me that accidental message in the first place.
I told you it was a mistake. Things happen. Look, just step aside and let Kevin go already. A nobody like you doesn't deserve to be with the director of the biggest hospital in town.
Okay, now I'm starting to understand why none of this conversation has made any sense. Kevin lied to you. You're being played. I actually feel sorry for you.
Sorry for me? The only one to feel sorry for is Kevin, stuck supporting a freeloader like you. He told me himself. He said I had the class and the sophistication that he's always wanted. He said I'm the kind of woman a man like him truly deserves.
Is that so? Well then, congratulations. Be happy with Kevin.
I don't need your permission for that. Anyway, good luck being alone for the rest of your life, little unemployed Diana.
Look, we're basically strangers at this point. I honestly don't care who you date. But of all people, why did it have to be Vanessa?
What's it to you? Just leave it alone.
Believe me, I want to leave it alone. But why haven't you told Vanessa that we're already divorced? She keeps harassing me, and it's getting really old.
Look, babe, this is just my way of showing love, okay? Vanessa's got this huge complex about you, right? So if she thinks she stole your husband from you, it makes her happy. And when she's happy, everything goes smoother for me. You get it?
That is the most manipulative thing I've ever heard. Don't drag me into your twisted games.
But seriously, why does she have such a complex about you anyway? She graduated from a decent school, she makes good money. That's part of why I decided to marry her in the first place.
Vanessa applied to the same med school I got into. I passed. She didn't. She tells everyone she was sick and couldn't take the exam, but I saw her at the testing center with my own eyes. She definitely took it.
Huh. Well, that's a pretty common story. Whatever.
You're the one who asked. Also, are you seriously going around telling people you're the hospital director?
That's part of the love strategy I was talking about. She needs to believe she stole the hospital director away from you. It keeps her invested.
How are you this manipulative? Just leave me out of it, okay? This is so exhausting.
If it bothers you that much, just block Vanessa. Problem solved.
I wish I could. But blocking her might set her off, and I don't want to deal with the fallout. Plus, I'd rather keep an eye on what she's up to, for my own safety.
You secretly love your little childhood friend, don't you?
No, I'm trying to manage risk. That's literally it. I'd block you too if I could. The only reason I haven't is because we still have post-divorce paperwork to deal with.
Come on, you know you want to get back together.
Absolutely not. You couldn't pay me enough. Can you at least tell Vanessa to stop bothering me, please?
No can do. Messing with you is basically her hobby. It gives her life meaning.
What kind of life is that? You know your lies are going to unravel eventually, right? And when they do, I'm the one who's going to get caught in the crossfire.
Shut up! Just mind your own business. I'm out here trying to survive the only way I know how.
If you put half the energy you spend on lying into actually working, you'd be fine.
Why work hard when you can work smart? Easy money is better money. I can't believe you don't understand something so basic.
And remind me, who lost their medical license because they tried to take the easy money route?
Shut up! That was just bad luck! This time I'm gonna build a life of luxury and happiness. Just watch!
Sure, knock yourself out.
Hello! Still haven't heard back about the wedding invitation. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous ceremony, so you really should come.
What kind of person invites their fiancé's ex-wife to the wedding?
I don't know. Why not? Oh, wait. What kind of person looks down on all her hometown friends?
For the last time, I never looked down on anyone.
Well, now I'm the one looking down. Must sting, having a hospital director husband stolen right from under you. I'm going to be a director's wife, set for life. I win, totally and completely.
Cool. I really don't think about life in terms of winning and losing. Keeping score like that all the time sounds exhausting, honestly.
Excuse me, you don't get to lecture me. I bet you're crying your eyes out right now. Just take a breath and calm down. Kevin was never right for someone like you anyway. You should be grateful you got to be married to him at all, even if it was only for a little while.
Sure, whatever you say. By the way, that venue looks incredibly expensive.
Obviously, it's a hospital director's wedding after all. Having it at some cheap banquet hall would be embarrassing.
So Kevin is paying for the whole thing?
Of course he is. You of all people should know how much money he has, right?
Yeah, I do know his bank balance, actually. Last I checked, it was negative $250,000. It's probably worse by now.
Huh? What are you talking about? Seriously, what? He's a hospital director. There's no way he's in the negative.
The director is me, Vanessa.
Oh, wow. You've actually lost your mind. I'm literally watching a person have a mental breakdown in real time. Thank you for that.
Okay. I'm only telling you the truth. But since you won't listen, don't come complaining to me when it all falls apart.
Aw, poor thing. Of course you're in shock. That's totally understandable. But hey, maybe someday you'll be able to face reality. In the meantime, you should totally come to the wedding. It'll be good for you. I invited all of our friends from back home, too. Oh, wait, they all hate you, so maybe you can't show your face there.
Yeah, sure. Have a great time. I tried to warn you. Remember that.
Noted. One heaping serving of jealousy disguised as advice. Oh, and the minimum gift is $5,000. If you can't afford it, don't bother coming. Hey, what the hell is going on? Are you seriously still pulling this petty garbage at your age?
Petty? I haven't done anything. What happened?
Nobody showed up to my wedding. You set this up, didn't you?
Set what up? I have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe everyone just had other plans? It was a pretty last-minute wedding. These things happen.
Having 0 guests doesn't just happen. Every single one of them RSVP'd yes.
Actually, I heard about that. You called up everyone who declined and grilled them about why, right? Pressured them until they changed their answer to attending.
Well, yeah, because literally every single person from back home declined. I figured it was some kind of joke. It was obviously coordinated.
It wasn't a joke, Vanessa. It was genuine. Nobody wanted to come to your wedding.
That's impossible. These are my closest friends.
You spent years bad-mouthing anyone who got better grades than you, anyone who got into a better school, anyone who got a promotion before you.
Bad-mouthing? No, they were the ones who looked down on me first. I was just defending myself. How was that my fault?
They weren't looking down on you. That was all in your head. Everyone was celebrating each other's success. You were the only one being negative. Why would anyone want to celebrate your wedding after that?
Oh, like you'd know. You're just as unpopular as me. You're making all of this up because you're bitter.
The group created a separate chat without you, Vanessa, because every time you were included, all you did was talk trash about people.
What?
In that chat, everyone was saying they didn't want to go to your wedding. When they tried to decline, you wouldn't accept it. You kept demanding reasons. So they all agreed to RSVP yes and just not show up on the day.
That's literally bullying.
When you demand $5,000 in cash gifts and refuse to take no for an answer, what are people supposed to do? No showing was the only option you left them.
This can't be happening. The whole ceremony is going to be canceled. Do you know what a same-day cancellation costs? We'd have to pay the full amount.
Well, money's no issue for you, right? So what's the problem?
The problem is that nobody showed up. That's humiliating. I swear to God, every single one of them is going to pay for this. And this is your fault. I will never forgive you.
How is any of this my fault?
I can't believe this. This is a nightmare.
Hey, why is literally nobody here? What happened? Didn't you say you invited a ton of people?
Shut up! Leave me alone.
Whoa, don't snap at me. I didn't do anything. Without any cash gifts, how are we gonna cover the venue costs?
Aren't you going to pay? You're loaded, remember? You told me yourself how much money you have.
Well, yeah, but a luxury hotel of this caliber is a different story.
You're the director of a hospital. Just pay for it. It shouldn't even be a big deal.
Hey, watch your tone with me. What exactly did I do wrong here? I don't deserve this attitude.
Forget about that. What about your guests? Why didn't a single person on your side show up either?
I told you before, remember? I grew up overseas. I don't really have friends here.
But what about your family? Not even one relative? At least I have a few family members here.
My family is overseas too. Is that a crime? And let me remind you, you said your side would bring a huge crowd. That's the only reason I agreed to this expensive venue. I would have been fine with something modest.
Oh, so now you're being cheap? You're a rich man. Stop worrying about every little dollar.
I'm not cheap, I'm frugal, and you're going to pay your half. We're splitting this 50-50.
Are you kidding me? If it was going to be 50-50, I never would have picked a place this expensive.
Marriage is a partnership. Both sides contribute equally. You'll pay your half. End of discussion.
Absolutely not. How can you be this stingy?
Says the woman who refuses to contribute a single cent. If you won't pay up, I'll take you to court. I mean it.
What is happening right now? Wait, who's that? Someone just pulled up outside.
Oh no! That car! Look, the wedding's obviously off for today. I'm leaving. See you later.
What? Hold on. You can't just leave. Guests might still arrive. That person who just pulled up is probably one of the invitees.
That's not a guest. I'll explain later. I need to go right now. Goodbye!
Kevin, wait!
Diana, I hate to ask, but could you lend me some money?
Excuse me? Where is this coming from?
Look, today was supposed to be my wedding with Vanessa. Nobody showed up. We're looking at a massive loss. And then some guys I owe money to showed up at the venue.
Where did you borrow from? If they're showing up to collect at a wedding, these aren't exactly bank representatives.
I needed cash to keep things going with Vanessa. The plan was to pay them back with the gift money from the wedding, but since there's no gift money, they want me to come up with it immediately.
And so you called me? Why on earth would I help you? Are you out of your mind?
Come on, please, I'm begging you. These guys are right here, like 5 feet away from me. If I can't get the money together, I don't even know what they'll do to me.
You got addicted to gambling. You stole drugs from the hospital and sold them. You lost your license. Every single part of this is your own fault. I owe you nothing.
How can you be this cold? If you don't help me, I'll trash your hospital's reputation. I'll leave reviews everywhere.
What did you just say?
Lend me the money. That's all you have to do. If you don't, I'll destroy your hospital's reputation online. Hell, I'll even burn the place down if I have to. You don't want that, do you?
Do you even hear yourself right now?
I don't have a choice! I'm out of options! If I can't pay these people, my life is literally in danger! I'll do whatever it takes to scrape together the cash!
If you had this kind of desperation, why couldn't you just channel it into honest work?
Shut up! Just send me the money! Transfer it now! Do it!
Hey, you need to explain what just happened, right now. Kevin just got dragged away by loan sharks. He was screaming Diana's name when they took him.
Yeah, that's who Kevin really is. A death-ridden ex-doctor. He was never the director. I am. I've been telling you this the whole time.
No, that can't be right.
You saw it with your own eyes just now. You know something's off. Normal people don't get hauled away by loan sharks on their wedding day. He also called me right before, begging for money. Threatened to burn down my hospital. If he can't pay them back, those guys might come after me next. Great.
The loan guys said they'd make Kevin work it off himself. They said they wouldn't bother you. They actually felt bad for you, and for me.
Well, that's something, I guess. So Kevin won't be back for a while. I take it the wedding is officially canceled?
How? How did everything go so wrong? This wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to finally...
I warned you multiple times. You refused to listen. Please, just leave me alone from now on, okay?
Don't you dare talk down to me! You're probably loving this. You think this is hilarious, don't you?
I have never once talked down to you, Vanessa. How many times do I have to say it?
Liar! You've been horrible since day one! Getting better grades than me, getting into a better school.
How does that make me horrible? Talking behind the backs of everyone who does better than you, that's the real horrible behavior. That's why people avoid you. At some point, you have to take responsibility for your own actions.
Shut up! Oh God, I'm completely ruined! I have to pay for this entire wedding and I have nothing. Nobody's going to help me. I'm going to lose everything.
Even now, you're playing the victim. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Goodbye.
Fine, then I'll make you pay for everything. This all started because you looked down on me. Everything traces back to you.
How does your brain even make that connection? That makes literally 0 sense. Please, just stop. I'm blocking you.
Go ahead and block me, but don't blame me for what happens to your precious hospital.
Wait, what exactly are you saying?
I already called a cab. I'm on my way there right now. I've got nothing left to lose. The least I can do is humiliate you the way you humiliated me.
Vanessa, don't. Trying to set off a fire extinguisher inside a hospital. Really? There are patients here with respiratory conditions. If you'd made their symptoms worse, could you live with that?
Shut up! This is all your fault!
Security tackled you before you could do any real damage, thank God. I got a call that a woman in a wedding dress was swinging a fire extinguisher around the lobby. The police are on their way. You're being held in a back room right now.
Yeah, some glorified closet. Your hospital treats people like garbage.
People who attack a hospital with fire extinguishers aren't exactly patients. Vanessa, let me ask you something. Is all of this the grudge, the rage, the years of resentment? Is it all because you didn't get into the same med school I did?
What? No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. I know. Everyone knows. You told people you were too sick to take the exam, but I saw you at the testing center. You were there.
You must have seen someone else. I didn't take it, because if I had, I definitely would have passed.
It's just you and me here, Vanessa. There's nobody to impress. The fact that you're still lying about it proves exactly how deep this complex runs.
Stop it! That exam was easy for me. You only got in because you got lucky. I should have passed. There must have been some kind of mistake. And instead of being a decent person about it, you rubbed it in my face.
I never rubbed anything in your face. You got into a great school yourself. You had a good career.
Shut up! Don't act like you're better than me. Mark my words, Diana. You're going to end up miserable. Don't think being a hospital director makes you special.
Sure, but isn't that just what you called it earlier? Jealousy disguised as advice? Vanessa was arrested by police when they arrived. She was charged with property destruction and other offenses and was ordered to pay damages and restitution. On top of that, she was billed the full cost of the canceled luxury wedding. She was buried in debt overnight. A video of a woman in a wedding dress swinging a fire extinguisher went viral on social media. Her employer saw it. She was forced to resign. Last anyone heard, she has no income and no home and is working to pay off her debts. Kevin was taken away by the loan sharks and hasn't been heard from since. According to rumors, he's working off his debts under their supervision, likely under brutal conditions. Given that they came to collect at a wedding, the amount he owed must have been staggering. Both of them got exactly what they deserved. Hopefully, they'll use this time to truly reflect and settle their debts. As for Diana, she's living with a new partner now. He's also a doctor, but unlike Kevin, he's honest and kind. There's no need to worry about him stealing drugs or gambling away his future. He's the perfect partner, both personally and professionally.